Hello Indie Warriors, are you excited about 2023 and the awesome indie games it's going to bring? Let's get into it, but before that, this week's video is sponsored by Perfect Day Studio and their recently released hand-drawn point-and-click adventure, Insomnia, Theater in the Head. Hickory Dickory Dock. Insomnia Theater in the Head explores what it's like having insomnia, of course, and also themes of sadness, worry, stress, anxiety, everything that comes along with it. Nothing's worse than a sleepless night, let me tell you, but don't sleep on this release at a low price currently of $1.99 if you act quickly, and a very positive user experience on Steam. This sounds more like a sleeper hit. Link is in the description box below. Well, SilentSigns, 2022 had its ups and downs. I can't say I'm sad to see the year go. How was it for you?
It was a year, it was 12 months, and I'm glad they are behind me.
I agree. So, with that said, we don't have a lot of indies coming out the rest of this year. Let's take a look ahead at 2023. I have a fresh, renewed sense to me, SilentSigns. I'm feeling optimistic about next year in indie gaming.
Oh yeah? What are you seeing in your indie game crystal ball?
First up would be Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. This is an action RPG that comes to us from A44 Games and publisher Kepler Interactive. I'm a little scared of this tag, SilentSigns. It says Souls-like.
Oh man, it does look a bit Soulsy to me, but cool concept, something about killing gods.
This game is releasing early 2023. Looking forward to checking it out, even though I'm probably gonna die a lot. Next, we have an action-adventure game with a strong female protagonist. This is Scars Above as opposed to Below?
No, like Stars Above.
Looks like a cool science fiction action game, SilentSigns. I like the visual style of it myself. What do you make of this trailer so far?
It reminds me a little bit of a game that we tested at PAX East one time called Dolmen, and it turns out it's from the same
Publisher. I believe, yeah, Prime Matter, that's right. Madhead Games, though, I'm not too familiar with their work. We're going to have to look into them, but this looks like a promising little project. Keep tuned for this release in February.
Stop the custodian.
Wizard with a Gun is up next from Galvanic Games and publisher. Needs no introduction. Devolver Digital, of course. This is a sandbox adventure game. I think it was supposed to come out in 2022, but looks like that didn't end up happening. Going to have online co-op in this title. Nice style to it.
I'm digging the cinematics a little more than the actual gameplay right now, but it does look very cool.
So grab 3 other wizards and get ready. Let's stick with Devolver Digital for this next release, Angerfoot. Looks like you're kicking your way through a fast-paced first-person shooter. Well, a lot of kicking, I guess. Not so much shooting, but there's some shooting too. I don't know. This looks absolutely bonkers.
I love bonkers. It looks like something angry's afoot.
Remember that show, Bonkers, by the way?
Yes, now that
Cartoon?
you mention it. Has nothing to do with this, though.
No way, SilentSigns. A first-person shooter, but get this one has a really unique spin.
Is it zombies?
Zombies and World War II.
Wow, it's a combination of all of the generic things about this genre.
This is Projekt Z, releasing in 2023. It comes from 314 Arts and publisher Modus Games. Look, we gave it a hard time there, but the reality is a lot of you folks out there love these games, and it looks pretty nice as far as the visuals go.
Absolutely, there's always room in this space for more games, because why not? If people are enjoying them, why not make them?
Under my gunbrella, hey, hey.
Rihanna is literally so mad at you right now.
Gunbrella is also releasing in 2023. Devolver Digital again, but this time developed by Doinksoft. Remember Doink the Clown, by the way, from WWF Wrestling?
I'm not a wrestling person. I'm the wrong person to ask.
He was a silly clown. I believe rest in peace, too, unfortunately. But anyways, this game looks awesome. Side-scrolling action, a lot of shooting, a lot of violence.
Some fantastic pixel art.
You don't even necessarily have to wait because a demo is available right now on Steam. Let's keep the Devolver train rolling, and another one from Free Lives. Maybe we'll have every Devolver game on this list releasing in 2023 at this point, SilentSigns. Stick It to the Stickman is a beat-em-up 2D action game that looks hilarious and probably reminds you of your workplace.
I have got to get my hands on this one. It just looks like a silly, goofy good time, and I'm all about that. That's what I love Devolver for.
There will be rogue elements to this one as well, so be sure not to get fired too often because it could cost you a lot, not just your job.
Are you a corporate veteran with years of experience making your voice heard in the social media sphere? Willing to work in undisclosed, unpaid, uncredited, entry-level positions from now throughout the universe in perpetuity until your very last breath? Stick it to the man! Submit your application, resume, references, and blood samples today. Position not yet available. Check back in 2023.
Beautiful art style to this next release, a little bit all over the place, as you were saying to me, SilentSigns, when we first watched this trailer. This is Afterimage.
I only say that because I saw a teapot and some jellyfish in quick succession, and I was confused, but it does look beautiful.
And I was wondering when a Metroidvania was going to show up on this list. This also has some RPG elements to it, and a mythical fantasy story to unravel. Here's a game that looks to live up to its name. Lifeless Moon is also releasing early next year, Q1 to be exact, from Stage 2 Studios and Serenity Forge. Looks like an exploration title with not a whole lot going on.
Some sort of action-adventure game where you're an astronaut and on the moon and not much else is there except some ghost towns of sorts.
Looks like it will also have VR support, but it is playable without. I could see that being pretty effective.
Can't wait to get a life.
Every day.
However, for one individual in our group, the physiological response has been troubling. We've made a path for you. Please hurry.
Next, we have a game that I think will be perfect for you. It's a skateboarding game with a trippy aesthetic, and that's going to be called Skate Story, which doesn't really match the visual style.
I don't know what's going on, but I have to play it. I played Skatebird a few years ago, last year. I don't know, time doesn't matter. But I love skateboarding games. I love Tony Hawk, and I have a feeling I'm going to love this.
This time you get to do kick flips as a demon in the underworld.
Yeah.
So something different, that's for sure. Lots of tricks too, over 70 of them.
Two of my favorite things, skateboards and demons. Let's go.
The Plucky Squire is looking fantastic. One of our most anticipated games for next year. A mix of 2D with 3D action-adventure gameplay here.
This is one that I've been excited about since the last Devolver showcase, I believe, is when I first saw it. In fact, quite a few of these games that we've had on the list so far are from that showcase, and this one was a standout for me.
Not only are you doing the platforming elements, you also have puzzles to solve. You have a jetpack at one point or another here as well, and some mini challenges to take on too.
Love the mixed media style, love the little storybook beginning. I can't wait to play this.
A world he never knew existed.
Beautiful looking title next. Tchia. Is it actually said Tchia?
I think it's more like Tchia.
Isn't that what I said?
A little bit of an emphasis on the
Tchia
part, but not quite Tchia.
It's like when you get hit or something. Tchia.
Not quite.
All right, well, at any rate, this game looks really beautiful. This is an open world adventure. It's been featured in quite a few different showcases at this point. Finally going to get our hands on it soon, hopefully early into 2023, but we'll have to see.
And based on the animations in the Steam page, at least, you can play as multiple different types of creatures and a tire.
Yeah, a bouncing rubber tire. Wasn't that a movie too, where there was like a killer tire?
Yes.
It was called Rubber, right?
It was.
Not a condom.
Ew.
I'm starving and I love some peppers on my grinder.
Hilarious. Do you grind it up in a pepper grinder?
How about Dig Dug meets Shovel Knight, maybe in Pepper Grinder, also releasing in 2023 from Devolver Digital.
It looks like a heavy emphasis on some precision platforming in some aspects, but I'm here for that.
Where's the whole pepper thing come from, though? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Uh-huh.
We've had The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Now we've got The Siege and the Sandfox. Are you ready for this one from developer Cardboard Sword and publisher PlayOn? I love that name, by the way. Cardboard Sword.
I'm never sure if I'm fully ready to play a Metroidvania. Not that I don't enjoy them, but I feel like they're sometimes challenging, and this one looks like no exception.
It also gives off a little bit of like a Prince of Persia vibe to me, too.
Killer sounding soundtrack so far.
They're touting the 16-bit visuals, which do look fantastic. Looks a little bit of a slower pace, though, based on this trailer, so I don't know if they're going to ramp up the action later on in the game, or if it's just going to be a chiller experience.
I like slow and chill.
Twelve fighters get together in the ultimate battle for supremacy. It sounds like a fighting game, right? And it kind of is. God of Rock is a rhythm fighting game, though. Kind of like, remember when we had the two guitars for Guitar Hero and we duel each other?
I sure do. I've played some rhythm RPGs and some rhythm platformers, but never before have I played a rhythm fighting game. And those are two of my favorite genres, so.
Of course, we'll just have to see how good the music is in this one, but they are going to have a full story mode and 40 tracks. So if the tracks are good, it looks like there's going to be a lot of content here.
But will they have fatalities?
Another year, another tactical RPG awaits with a gorgeous 16-bit to 32-bit style pixel art, isometric view. This is Arcadian Atlas. I think it looks all right.
It does look lovely. I worry that if the story isn't good, it won't stand on its own 2 feet, but that is yet to be seen. I don't know much about it yet.
Or maybe they're just hoping that people are hungry for even more tactics games, because let's be real, the people that love these games never get enough of them, right?
Absolutely.
There's going to be tons of classes here. We'll see how that story comes together, and plenty of strategy to implement in these challenging battles.
I'll give you war.
Next is my personal most anticipated game for 2023. This looks awesome. As you know, if you're a fan of this channel and you've seen enough of our reviews, you've probably heard at some point about how I love turn-based RPGs, and Sea of Stars looks like a great one with some amazing animations and pixel art. The combat looks fun. You have the legendary Yasunori Mitsuda involved on the soundtrack. What's not to love?
Those are some big expectations you have there, but I really hope it lives up to it.
I think this one's gonna be a shining star. SilentSigns, do you like watching things grow? Do you like things coming to life?
What kind of things are we talking about?
Plants, trees, nature stuff. Terra Nil, reclaim the wasteland, is the catchphrase for this one, and it looks like it has a good positive environmental message behind it.
I like plants. I'm not sure I like this style of gameplay in general, but if you do, this looks like a well-made product.
I know just the gal that works for our channel that will like this game, so we'll probably have her deal with this one if we get our hands on it.
Even in the most inhospitable of places, life finds a way. We just need to give it a helping hand. This is Terra Nil.
I have to say, this is not the direction I saw the Turnip Boy series going, but here we are with the sequel, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, apparently.
I can't even tell you how excited I am for this. I loved Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, so I've been super excited to see what other crimes Turnip Boy will commit.
This one looks a little bit faster, a little bit more weapon-based, maybe more combat-focused. I almost even get like a Hotline Miami vibe from it.
I agree with that, and it also looks like it has some roguelite elements to it.
Alright, this looks fun for a game called Ugly, which doesn't sound all that appealing, but I'm always down for a puzzle platformer.
I like that it's also from Team Ugly.
I'm liking the way the puzzles seem to be implemented based on this trailer. It looks like you're going to be able to break into two different characters, or at least have like a shadow of yourself or something, and then kind of have to work around tricky environments that way while controlling two things at once. It could potentially be frustrating, but it looks like it's well made, so I'm thinking this is going to be cool.
Yeah, mirrored platforming is definitely going to tickle my brain and use every ounce of brain power, but I think it's worth it for this gorgeous aesthetic they have going on here.
Let's travel down the broken roads next. This comes from developer Drop Bear Bites and publisher Versus Evil. This is an RPG with that isometric view, of course. Looks like you'll have some choices to make. Has a familiar setting in a lot of ways with up to 5 party members. Tactical combat here as well. But the hand-drawn art does look pretty nice. Looks like this also takes place in Australia. Doesn't look like my usual genre, but I know a lot of you folks out there are eagerly anticipating this one. How about you, SilentSigns?
Yeah, it's not for me. Gameplay-wise, it's a no from me, but I can see the appeal for those that enjoy the genre.
You fight for each step forward until the fight is all you've ever known. You don't even notice when agony replaces joy. Or love. But there are some blows that cut so close to the bone that it takes a while for the pain to set in. You bleed and you don't see it. Tear and you don't feel it. It takes your brain a good minute to notice you're flawed, and even longer to grasp that this time might be the last. Maybe you're not getting up ever again. But still, you know, there's a whole wide world out there, and as my granddad used to say, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Okay, so I'm not sure I understand the title here, 9 Souls, but it's supposed to be souls, I'm guessing.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, where's the U?
It looks like you're playing as a cat, and it's referring to 9 lives, so 9 souls.
Right, 9 souls. But at any rate, this looks cool. 2D action game. They are citing Sekiro as an inspiration, which leads me to believe that this is going to be a very challenging game.
It has cats, and I like the art, so I'm willing to give it a chance.
This game was supposed to come out this year, but unfortunately it seems like it got delayed into next year, but that's okay, something to look forward to. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, which takes clear inspiration from Jet Set Radio, if that weren't obvious. This comes to us from Team Reptile. I don't know if you played Jet Set Radio SilentSigns, but does this look interesting to you? It does have like those Tony Hawk elements that I think you could get into.
Believe it or not, Jet Set Radio was one of the few games that I played on a Sega system.
Ooh, cool.
Yes, I am familiar. I do see the clear inspiration. The name of this game sounds like somebody trying to remember the name of Jet Set Radio, but failing and being like, you know that one, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk?
Yeah, maybe that was the point, though. Good marketing. I can't say for sure what this game's all about based on the trailer, but I do like the look of this open world RPG. Cassette Beasts from Raw Fury is coming out in 2023 as well. Looks like there's going to be some multiplayer to this one as well. What did you think?
Looks like some almost monster catching elements to it with cassettes. And
I can see that.
I'm vibing with that. I'm picking up what they're putting down.
What about the name of this world? The New Whirl.
The New Whirl?
Whirl? I don't know. But yeah, you're right. It looks like a Pokemon theme here in a lot of ways, but with retro tapes. I like it. I guess we've entered the bizarre section of 2023, but here we are with She Dreams Elsewhere, which has a, well, for lack of a better word, dreamy vibe to it with those lo-fi beats.
I would have gone with trippy, and I feel like this is my section of the video because, oh my god, I've wanted to play all of these games so far.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of an Undertale vibe from this with the RPG elements, the pixel style, but this seems to be a lot more emotional. It's also going to have a charm system, which allows you to strategize in battle, but we'll have to see how that all comes together. But one thing I am excited about, I always appreciate when games do this, developer commentary mode.
Very cool. I can't wait to see what they have to say about this because I'm digging what I'm seeing so far.
Yes, and some mental health vibes here too, so
we're always here for that.
Yeah, definitely.
I dream about pretty flowers and new dimensions. Toes in the sand, I wanna travel tan. I wanna be far away from home, do it on my own. I wanna have
wouldn't be a year in indie gaming without some farming and fishing in this RPG, Pixelshire.
Like the Shire?
Kinda like that, Lord of the Rings style, except there doesn't appear to be any hobbits here. Look, you know if you're a fan of these types of games or not, you're going to be watering the garden, you're going to be breaking down rocks, you're going to be doing all of those things that you've come to expect. Of course, there's livestock that you can raise, but also a big world and relationships to be built, so...
Clearly plenty of wholesome goodness to be had here. If you enjoy farming and kind of the more chill side of gaming, perhaps this is one that you'll be eagerly anticipating.
And plenty of people to romance, right?
Really? Is there romance in this?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I send it Rose's way.
Romance in the Shire.
Professions. But skills aren't the only benefits you'll get from making new friends. You will also be able to ask them to follow you around and help you harvest materials to rebuild the village. Speaking of building, Pixelshire will also satisfy all your creative needs and allow you to tune into your perfect little Zen paradise. The only limit is your imagination.
This next game is a long time coming. Perhaps you've heard of it, some of you out there. No, it's only like in all of our comments for the past, well, since we started this channel pretty much.
Forever.
Hollow Knight Silksong is supposedly coming out this year at last from Team Cherry. Look, for what it's worth, the trailer looks really great. Is this a game that just took too long to come out? Have other games done it better at this point? Or can it still kind of stand out for its own aesthetic and for its own gameplay? I don't know. Those questions will have to be answered if it does finally come out.
I'll tell you one thing. I want to play it, and I think it looks fantastic.
This next release has you lurking in the shadows, but it's not really that creepy or anything. Actually, it looks kind of cute. This is SCHiM from Extra Nice. Something different, almost a puzzle style to it.
Is it SCHiM or is it SCHiM?
SCHiM?
SCHiM milk?
Schism, like that Tool song, maybe?
I don't think it's Schism.
SCHiM. Let's go with that. I don't know.
Reminds me of the Unfinished Swan.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison as far as the art goes. 3D platforming here, some little stories in between to enjoy, and a cool art style, I think. Hopefully you're not allergic to this game as you are to shellfish in real life. They're SilentSigns, but another Crab's Treasure is launching in 2023 from Aggro Crab. Now, are they typecast into making every game about crabs, you think?
I really hope so, because I'm here for it. This one appears to be a Shells-like.
Yeah, Souls-like, Shells-like, whatever you want to call it. I think it looks really fun and something a little bit unique for the genre.
It looks hilarious, honestly. I'm very entertained by this. I might even brave a Souls-like game just to play as a crab.
I hope I can name my character Sebastian.
That'd be great.
We've made it to the end, but that doesn't mean this is every game obviously coming out in 2023 to be excited about in the indie space. Far from it, in fact, but we hope you enjoyed this really what turned into a large rundown of games. SilentSigns, you chose this last one. Any particular reason you wanted to shout out Animal Well?
I've been eager to play this since I first saw the trailer quite a while back. It just tweeted out randomly. I love the style, I love the colors, I love all the different types of animals and the trippy vibes, and that's kind of just my MO in general.
According to the Steam page, you'll have a lot of secrets to find. It's a non-linear experience, so you'll be able to go off into all kinds of different directions, filling out the map. I don't know, this one doesn't really speak to me, but I'm glad you're excited about it.
Why not? You gotta just shout out all the different types of games that are coming out.
Absolutely. Not every game's gonna be for me, not every game's gonna be for you, but we hope you all found something out there to enjoy on this list. Get hyped for 2023, and we want to thank you very much for being here at I Dream of Indie Games this year. We're really excited to bring you more great indie gaming content throughout the coming year. Happy New Year to all. Whenever you're watching this, Merry Christmas. However the holidays fall, thank you again.